How to remove a wall heater. Here's what you need to start. Gloves, pliers, drill. And if your heater is still connected to the breaker, you're going to need an old work electrical box, wire caps, electrical tape, scissors, and wire cutters. If your heater's disconnected, no need for all this. Now, before you go any further, turn off the power. The best way to figure out if there's power to your unit is to turn it on, walk to the breaker, come back. If it's off, it's good. You're going to start by removing the heater cover. You just need a drill. There's going to usually be about 2 screws. Unscrew them, pop off the top. Then you're going to remove and disconnect the heater unit itself. There's usually not very many screws for this one. Once you've removed the unit, you'll see that it's connected with wires. You're going to uncap and untwist those wires to disconnect the unit from power entirely. Then tip it and bring it out. Then you'll see that the wires are twisted together. That's to connect it to the power source and usually to the thermostat. So go ahead and uncap and untwist all of that. Then, this might be a little tricky. Figure out how your box is mounted. My box is mounted on the inside with 4 screws to the studs, but yours might be mounted on the wall, or it might be mounted through some metal straps through the top and bottom. But once you figure it out, remove the screws, then that will allow you to remove the box itself. But another thing keeping that box in is, I found another screw. But in addition to that is the wires themselves. There's usually a hole, and that hole has a hard plastic kind of one-way gripping thing. You're gonna wanna pry that apart and figure out how that you can push those wires back up into the wall. Now here's the hardest part. Get the box out. This is gonna take a lot of back and forth, pulling different angles. I made it look easy. I did it another time. It took me over an hour. Okay, so you got it out. Now, if your electrical is still connected at the breaker, you need to put an electrical box. If you're doing that, go ahead, get your box, pop out the corner by using a screwdriver and a plier so that you have a place to feed these wires into. Go ahead, trim your wires just so they're nice and not a lot longer than each other and whatnot. Mount the box onto a stud inside of your wall, and then just feed the wires through that hole that you made in the corner. That gets you ready so that you can cap and tape these wires. So you'll go ahead and screw an electrical cap onto each one, and just for extra safety, we're putting tape around each of them. This is just in case. I'm gonna keep my breaker off, but let's say your breaker has to get turned on so other things on that breaker can have electricity. In the case that some electricity somehow gets around my cap, hopefully the tape will stop it from going anywhere. And if it gets through my cap and my tape, the box is gonna stop it from jumping anywhere in the wall and starting a fire. Okay, I'm done. I push it all inside the box. And that's it.